Hi, everyone. I'm so glad to be back on YouTube. I'm sorry for my absence. I was almost afraid to look at my subscriber number when I went to my channel because I was afraid all of you had left me, but thankfully, almost everyone is still here. I appreciate you waiting patiently with me. I've been going through a sort of evolution, I guess, is a good word, as many of us have. This coronavirus pandemic has changed our lives, and it's made me appreciate things I took for granted, and it's made me very pensive about where I want to concentrate my time and on what I want to concentrate my time. A few months ago, to start with, you've probably noticed I'm no longer Nostalgic Needlework. I'm now Diary of the Warden's Daughter. A few months ago, I started a channel called The Warden's Daughter. My father is a retired prison official. He was the warden in our county for about 10 years and then went on to work for the Board of Corrections until his retirement. And I grew up a cop's kid. He started at the sheriff's department, went on to be an investigator at the DA's office, then deputy warden, and supervisor of the prisons in Georgia. So he could write a book. He has so many stories to tell, and unfortunately, many of those he might not appreciate me sharing without checking with him first, and I won't do that. But there are many that I can share, and there are many things that joyous memories I have growing up, watching him happily do his job, thoughtfully do his job, and respectfully do his job. I made a couple videos, and you're welcome to go visit those. I haven't taken that channel down yet. It's called The Warden's Daughter, and it tells a little bit about a couple of crimes that happened here in Georgia in the 70s and in the 60s. One story is about a young girl who was murdered, and I guess because I grew up as a warden's daughter, I naturally developed an interest in true crime stories. That in no way replaces my love for needlework. So I've been trying to think, what is it that I can do to combine all of my favorite topics into one channel that are easily labeled, so that if you're a stitcher and you're not at all interested in true crime, then you don't have to watch. If you're a true crime buff like me and you don't stitch, then you don't have to watch a floss tube that I record. And I love the Lord with all of my heart, and I want devotions, prayers, Bible study to also be a big part of my channel. The warden has had a rough year. Last year in March, he had a TIA, trans ischemic attack. Sometimes it's referred to as a mini stroke. Thanks be to God, he had no lasting effects really from that. But the cause of that, we believe, was a heart condition that he had. He had AFib, atrial fibrillation. The warden had a heart attack back in 1992. And he's done so well since then. But he had the TIA in 2019 in March. And then in April of 2019, they had to implant a pacemaker. Well, he has done great up until about 6 weeks ago. He started having dizzy spells that cause him to feel like he's going to pass out. He gets nauseous. And with this crazy pandemic going on, we have had to have him in the hospital, in the emergency room, 3 different times. 2 of those times he was admitted for observation into the hospital. And all thanks be to God, he did not have any problems with the virus. They did test him upon his 3rd entry into the ER just to make sure, and his test came back negative. They made some adjustments to his medication, and it is my prayer that he will get stronger by the day, and his quality of life will be much improved from what it has been the last 6 weeks. I'm a daddy's girl. I adore my mother, and I adore my daddy. But to say I'm not a daddy's girl would be a lie, and I'm not going to lie. I say I loved him from the first breath I took, and he's my hero. He's my confidant. He is my friend, protector, and he's my daddy. But I'll refer to him as the warden in these videos because that's really his identity to most people. But him being sick, and I'm saying too much, I'm sorry, I'm a little out of practice. Him being sick has made me really spend some time contemplating life. And remembering stories from my childhood, remembering my grandparents, remembering all the many things. And I've decided to make my channel a diary of sorts. Thus, my new name, Diary of the Warden's Daughter. I want it to be a diary of my cross-stitching. I want it to be a diary of true crime cases that I feel need to be talked about and discussed. I want it to be, as I said, a diary of my walk of faith, so that maybe when my children don't have me here on earth anymore, when I've made my transition to heaven, they have something to look back on. And in the meantime, I can still share my love of all of those things with you all. I'm having to look at my notes. When I make a video from here out, if it's a floss tube video about my stitching, it will clearly be named floss tube number, whatever my next number is, and a little title of some sort, so that those of you who aren't interested in the other topics will know that that one's for you. For those who enjoy the true crime, I will clearly mark those. I think I'll probably put something like The Warden's Daughter Presents, something of that nature, so that, and it'll be clearly marked true crime, so that If that's something you don't enjoy, you will not be bothered with it. If it's something you do enjoy, I would love for you to join me. I hope to do some live chats about true crime, because I think there are many things going on in the world right now that need discussing. There are also some true crimes that happened in the past that I think need to be remembered so that we can all be better people for the remembrance of them. Lessons learned. And for those of you who need stories that uplift you, devotions, scripture, prayer, those videos will be clearly marked as well. They may be marked Bible time, they may be marked daily devotion, but it will be clear to you all that that's what that video is about. I pray that I don't lose any subscribers because of this change, but if you choose not to be subscribed to my channel any longer, I totally get it. I realize that there are so many people out there who cover true crime better than I will, who make much better and informative floss tubes than I do, and who can deliver a message of ministry in a way that perhaps touches your heart different than the way that I may deliver a message of ministry. But I would love nothing better than for you all to stay with me, to explore with me and see what you think of the changes I'm making. And my prayer is that each of you will find peace here, that you will find something to make you smile, and that you will learn about new products in the cross-stitch world, that you will learn about my Paula Vaughn love. I just think it's very important to be true to yourself. And I feel that this combination of my channel will culminate in me being true to myself. I love each of you. I pray that you're all doing well through the pandemic that we're living through. We don't know, but God does. And in this time of uncertainty, that is what I cling to. It's easy to get very afraid and to get very frustrated and to get very sad even during this time. But we're in spring and flowers are blooming and the birds are singing and God is still on the throne. So I think that's all I want to share in this video. I do have a couple more videos coming in the near future, the next couple days. I hope this finds you blessed. If you have any prayer requests, please share them with me. And until next time, my friends, be blessed. I am the Warden's daughter.